Hey guys, I'm Teresa, and here is an introduction video on how to handle Breakaway Kids Camp Day 1. So when you first arrive to Lake Williamson, you are going to be greeted by our security team, and they are going to hand you a little piece of paper that gives you step-by-step directions. It's important to follow their instructions because the parking lot can be a little bit confusing, but they will have clear and concise instructions for where to go if you're driving a car or if you're driving a bus, and where you should unload your students and how to check in from there. After you get your vehicles parked, you'll check in the Lincoln room of the Activities Center, and your camp coordinators will go in, settle any balances, and get instructions from the ISM team. And your counselors will go in, they'll get their counselors packets, which will include their student information, their room keys, and their lanyards for the week. You are going to have a list of students who have been waived from swim testing, and they will have a blue wristband that they will have assigned to them. Your piece of paper will have a name for each student who will receive that wristband. If they did not get a waiver for the swim test, they will have to go to the swim test. They need to take their swim test during Monday registration, and then there will be one late session on Monday evening as well. But it's important that you get them done sooner rather than later. If you have your entire room with you, you can get their swimming suits on, take them to the indoor pool, and have them go through the swim test. Being a mom of a kids camper, I know that I don't want my son carrying around money all week. So we do have the camp bank as an option for you, to where you can send a designated amount of money for your child to come in and spend in the camp bank and the store and the cafe throughout the week. They can check out money and they can deposit it back at the end of the night if they have any remaining. That way it doesn't get lost in the swimming pool or left in their room. They'll be able to access it. Camp coordinators, when you are checking in, if you have any housing changes that you think need to be made, there will be a station for that where you will meet with Pastor Christina, and she will handle each of these individually. We do ask, if you know that there's something ahead of time, you let us know so that we can get it all situated before students arrive. But if there's a last minute emergency situation that we need to handle, we are more than willing to help you with that. For Kids Camp specifically, we have an area for the students who are coming separate from a church that their leaders have not arrived yet. We lovingly call it the holding tank. It's just an area for them to hang out and play games until their counselor arrives. In this area, they'll have inflatables, they'll have responsible adults with them hanging out, they'll have lunch provided if they're stuck there through lunchtime. But we ask counselors, if you have anybody in your room that's not from your group, that you check in with this periodically in the holding tank until you have all of your students from your room. We want them to be able to connect with you as soon as possible. We are very blessed to have a very skilled team of nurses who will be handling the medication check-in for your students. They'll be located in the Brotherhood Center on Monday to check in all of the medications that you bring. Each of your students have the opportunity to pre-register their medications online, but if they haven't done so, then we do have a medication registration sheet that is available online for downloadable options. What we suggest is that in the morning when you're checking in your students, whether it be at the church or your meetup location, that you personally have one of these sheets filled out for each student by the parents and have them hand you the medications as they are checked off on this list. Then when you arrive to camp, you'll take all of those medications directly to the nurses in the Brotherhood Center, where they will check them into our computer system and associate them with the appropriate camper. We suggest that they only bring the exact amount of medications, prescription medications, that they need for that week. So if they have a prescription bottle that they get for the month, don't bring the entire 30-day prescription, only bring the 4 days that they need of that medication. If the parents have the chance to, the pharmacy will print off a separate bottle for them with the number of pills and the prescription name on it, so they don't have to send their original package. But this helps to alleviate any time constraints in the nurse's station, because any prescription medications do have to be counted individually and logged into the system. If you have a student who has frequent headaches, or if they take allergy medications or daily allergy medications, we do have over-the-counter medications on hand, such as Tylenol or Claritin, and you can simply fill out in their camper profile that they are able to take those. If they need them, the nurse will call you ahead of time and let you know that they're having symptoms, and they will give them to them. Registration Monday will be open from 10 a.m. to 2 p.m. and you are more than welcome to arrive anytime between then. If you arrive early and are all checked in and settled in, there will be lunch available, and if you check our website, there are times and prices available. We are so excited about Breakaway Kids Camp, and we cannot wait to see what God has in store. If you have any questions or concerns, please feel free to reach out to our offices. You can call us or email us, and just know that you're a part of the family and we are here to serve you.